I'm totally in the way, so I'm gonna move around. We are gonna kick it off with our intro, and go for it.
Make sure it's loud. Now hear it.
It's time for stupid Star Trek questions.
Alright. That was voiceover.
This is one thing you're going to learn about us is that everything, all the titles, all the pictures are extremely overproduced, and everything in between is extremely underproduced.
Yeah, we're very like podcast.
Three students.
Yeah, exactly. 3 students. There's 3 of us. Look at that.
That's why I said it.
Alright.
I can do the whoop whoop on the floor. If show goes bad, I'll just make some space.
So I'll do the curly
And I can slap the hell out of you.
There you go. There you go.
Go. Well, I'm going to get into it.
Let's get right into it. We're going to start off with some questions to give you an idea of what Stupid Star Trek Collecting is all about. And then we're going to ask you to come up there, sing your own, or
Stand up and yell at us.
and yell at us. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah. But if you are going to yell at us, please don't throw in fruit or tomatoes or anything. All right, let's move on. We got the first one, Joe.
If you create a
Yes, where your letters are like 3 inches tall. How can you not read those?
I have this problem with this. If you create a holodeck simulation of a bathroom, and then poop in that bathroom, and then end the program, does the poop remain on the holodeck floor?
Oh, we're setting the standard high
We
today.
are high bars.
Of course not.
There's a waste dispenser in the holodeck. They talk about it in lower decks.
Yes, they do. They do. Because that's how they punish those lower deckers, is they make them clean out the biofilters. I thought it was for other things too, but
Yeah.
apparently Shax likes to experiment with the poop question.
Oh, boy.
Let me poop on the holiday. I've been a very good boy, Captain.
Wait a minute, didn't you tell me in one episode at one point that they cycle the waste back through the replicators?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was Enterprise. Trip said that because
Yeah.
he said the same thing I said. A poop question? Yeah, they turn poop into boots and stuff like that.
So-
if you watch Discovery, nice and tasty food that they feed to the people they don't like.
Wow. So basically, if you yell at a Enterprise participant, go, "It's shit, buddy," he is.
They are literally all doing that.
That's true.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, well, that's honestly what we're going to show.
And we have truly set the bar.
We're setting that bar super low.
See, we
All
set
right.
the bar low, that way we don't disappoint.
There we go.
You can only get better from here, right? We hope.
Did we really lost someone?
That's all right. I don't blame
We
them.
got it, okay. I don't blame him either.
I'm
See,
fine.
buddy, thank you very much.
All right, next
No, but
question.
however, seriously, with the cycling through, that's the only way they could go on long trips, right? They have to be able to get back and recycle back.
I mean, you use a transporter, they take it out, it goes in the matrix, and it reforms with whatever matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you will recall, in the Star Trek The Next Generation episode, The Big Goodbye, one thing that they were worried about with the holodeck malfunctioning was that if they hit the wrong button, everyone on the holodeck would disappear.
Oh.
Why did they allow these things on the ship? They're death traps. They're worse than the Discovery panels that shoot fire right at your face.
Yeah, like turning off safety protocols on the holodeck should be turn off safety protocols.
Yeah.
I always assumed that like insurance companies have gotten long bankrupt.
So,
Well, yeah, because it's no longer a capitalist society in Star Trek, so
Yeah.
no need for insurance. Oh, you blew up? Oh, don't worry, we got you. It's right.
Yeah, no lawsuits.
No lawsuits, yeah.
I
Everybody
would say we would compensate you, but that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Let's move it on.
Let's move it on.
Try to raise the bar, you people.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Okay, I'll do this one.
Give you
Okay.
a free trip to Ryzen.
If there is no money in the future, how come some people live in fancy chateaus while other people live in trailer homes in the middle of the desert?
And that's by Yellow Snowman, so if you're here, anyone? Okay.
I was really wanting to, I'm not shake your hand, but at least see who you are.
Yeah, that'd be better.
But you're talking, this question specifically about the Federation though, right?
I'm thinking that this one came from the first season of Picard.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Picard is living in this very fancy chateau. He's got works of art on the wall. He's got servants. You know, they're doing his makeup and everything. And then Rafi is living in a trailer house in the middle of the desert. Although she is living in the shadow of Vasquez Rock, which is kind of a nice view.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe there's a trade-off involved.
Well, I thought maybe the Gorn Dragon would attract you on the lease, so.
Maybe they're just trying to make a statement that socialism doesn't work.
Oh.
Wasn't the Chateau Picard Chateau family house? So it's more like.
Oh,
We've got
yeah.
kind of a, what do you call it? It's,
Generations of elitist
autocracy
So you can
going on.
inherit.
Yeah. Gotta inherit your family goods, guys.
King Charles's, descendants are living in the palace at Buckingham, so there's no king or queen, but they're just like, oh, this is a great place. I wonder how we call it.
Also, in Rafi's particular case, part of the context of her character in season 1 of Picard was that she had had a bit of disgrace or falling out from Starfleet because of some of the conspiracies that she was trying to pursue that hadn't turned up anything yet.
Yeah, I always thought it was a choice she made because she felt shame about
That
the
was
situation.
that was also part.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not based on money, but status.
Yeah, you fall out of grace, it's punishment. All right, you live in a trailer.
Meritocracy.
Yeah,
who knows?
if Chateau Picard is producing wine, how do you pay for that to get a bottle? Or do you just get one?
I think you just get one.
Nobody pays for Chateau Picard.
It was dirt wine.
It's given to you and you throw it away and you lie and say it was delicious.
Do you think Boyman's family, they're winemakers as well?
Yeah,
right?
Do you think they're raisins? They make raisins.
No, they make
They
their
prune. So they make prune juice for yours.
And that's a warrior's drink.
Yeah.
So,
There you
Yeah,
go.
well, yeah.
Yeah. I am sure he hates it. All right, next
Right,
one.
let's go. Jace, you're doing this one.
Does Disneyland exist in the 24th century, and what would it be like?
That's from Magic School Bus Dropout. Are you here? No? All right.
They're not going to show up.
Why? Who cares what the Disney is in the 24th century?
Well, no, I would figure the Federation would be owned by Disney because, Paramount's for sale now anyway. So there's a good possibility that Disney could buy it and then it'll be a part of Disneyland the next year. Or the Ferengi.
Yes, the Ferengi's a better option, I think.
I'm gonna take it.
Well, because you had the ears,
Right.
and then they just.
Then he's
It's Ferengi.
Acquisition number 300. Once they're inside the park, you charge them whatever they want. You had a question? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, it probably depends on whether or not, if you're talking about Disneyland, whether or not California survived World War III.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of hoping that Florida and California didn't make it, to be perfectly honest. If it's a utopia, at least.
Isn't Federation headquarters in San Francisco?
Yeah.
They say like Los Angeles might be gone.
Yes.
Yeah, but did they rebuild
Anything south
over
of
that?
San
Yeah, it's the Federation's shipyard. It's built on top of Disneyland. Can you imagine? I keep hearing this small voice. What does it say, Captain? Oh, want another drink? Oh, help me!
Well, we can contemplate that till 1996 when that actually happens.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take a page from, this may be, blasphemy. I'm going to take a page from Babylon 5 and say that there is no Disneyland or Disney World. There's Disney Planet in the future.
Oh, wow. Because it owns the planet.
Right side.
If Quark can buy a moon, Disney can buy a planet.
There you go.
And you'd still be waiting in those lines for hours.
Absolutely.
I'm sure
Those aren't rings, those are the lines.
I'm sure Walt's frozen brains come up with different ways to express it.
Bolt's back, right? He's
Yeah,
back.
now, for sure.
Yeah, I love that.
All right,
Let's move it on. Nope.
Push the button.
Press the button. All right. Why haven't the Bajorans changed the name of Deep Space Nine? It seems awfully insulting to me, especially since Kira took issue with the Bashir calling Bajor the Frontier. And that's Shrek 2 on DVD. Isn't it an amazing username? He invested in that in 2004 and just stuck with it for all these years.
Shrek 2 is an amazing movie.
Tough guy.
But it's a valid
The
question.
40th anniversary.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And now that we all feel old.
Yeah.
There's a valid question though. Why didn't, after all the trauma of Bajor, because you have some cities that have a lot of trauma, they decided to change their name as a refresh.
I think that's why it went from Torok Nord to Deep Space Nine. It's like, I guess I'll take Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, but that's like somebody coming to your town and saying, yeah, I'm going to name this place Bum F Egypt.
So holiday in Bajor, right?
Well, I mean, there really is a town called Plainview, so.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
It's only
What is that
miles
old,
out here.
the old let's see, the women bathe in Sweetwater, dress in Plainview, and the men go to Seymour. That's a Texas joke.
Wow. Any Texans here in Trek, Long Island?
20th anniversary.
Just you. All right. Nobody got that.
Any chance of any Australians being here? No, you see, none of you were foolish enough to get on the 21-hour flight and arrive at 10 p.m. last night.
New York City did.
And you know, they didn't change the name of Deep Space Nine for 900 years because, according to Discovery,
Still
Deep
there.
Space Nine still exists in the 32nd century, which personally, as much as DS9 loved that the Discovery gave this last season, I was very happy to hear that.
Yeah, but has the maintenance been kept up? Like, it's a bit rusty at this point.
Well, they
I
probably
think
like
Bashir's
AI.
great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren are running around the house going, "Bloody Kardashian piece of crap."
You mean O'Brien?
What did I say?
Bashir?
Well, Bashir and O'Brien got married tonight.
That's right. That is a new head canon for Deep Space Nine.
Bashir, O'Brien, and Garrett, they became a couple, they adopted kids, you know, it was the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Like Kiko.
Never mind, Kiko. Oh, you think it's better. Yeah.
I have fan fiction online if you'd like to read it.
It's creepy, but it's worth reading.
It's gonna be weird. All right, next
Here we
question.
go, Johnny.
It's creepy, it's
All
weird,
right.
the story is amazing.
How come no one was ever visiting the Fleet Museum?
Right?
Blonde beach, bad built butch body. Oh boy.
That's creepy.
Creepy. All right.
It's a valid question though, right?
Well, didn't they mention that they did in the crossover episode
Yeah, they
with Lower
did.
Decks?
They
Yeah.
did.
The
They
Lower
just didn't do
Deckers
it in
did
the
it.
show.
Yeah, but they weren't at the Fleet Museum. Okay, so you've got the entirety of the old space dock. You have, you have Enterprises, you have the Excelsior, you have all these amazing legendary ships. And you have Geordi and his two daughters on the station.
Yeah, that was really good.
that was there, right?
I mean, and at one point, Geordi says, "We need to be careful before someone looks out a window and realizes this ship isn't supposed to be here." And I'm just thinking, who's going to look out a window? Nobody's there.
It was Frontier Day Eve. Everybody was at
Everybody's off.
Yeah.
No, I could
Die off.
just see.
Which
I
is
wanted to
literally
see
a
that
holiday
side.
about the history of the Federation. It's
Yeah.
still
I wanted to see that side of Geordi, just the bureaucratic guy who's running a museum. It's like, we've done half-price ticket day, nobody's showing up. It could be that we're 50 light years from Earth, but I like to think we're worth the trip.
And he gets annoyed because no one ever goes to the reading section of the. No one ever reads the books.
I wonder what the gift shop looks like in the Fleet Museum. I want a Fleet Museum gift shop.
Yes, mate.
How are they gonna pay for those half-price tickets without money?
There you go.
Meritocracy. You have to have done a good deed.
Latin.
Latinum, because you know what? That's the big fallacy. Latinum is valuable everywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think Latinum's a candy, personally.
Mm.
That's the only thing I can think of. Why? It's just a very addictive, sugary candy that everybody loves.
Like, so that language is like foil, and then
Roll press.
one little lady goes, "I got a lucky ticket," starts running down.
I mean, I could see somebody walking up to Zach, and Zach is sitting there in his office, like, "I just don't understand why nobody's taking our money." Well, sir, they're eating it. They're eating it. You don't know what it's made out of? It's made out of poop.
Yeah.
And it comes back to food. Oh boy.
It all-
We rushed through these questions way too quick.
Yeah, we did.
Because they are stupid Star Trek questions. So what we want from you guys is you've got some burning questions out there. I know you've got some burning questions.
I know you do in the back. Oh.
So stand up and yell out your question, and we'll give you a poor answer.
Yeah. We'll start with you.
Okay. Does the Universal Translator work on animals?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, I can finally see my teddy bear
I hope so.
barking at my
It works on words.
That's you're a speciesist.
That is Q level humor.
I
He's
reckon
a terrible father. He deserves it.
I reckon.
I love you, Andrew. It's Alexander. Shut up, Andrew.
What do you think a wad would be able to understand what they're thinking?
Tar.
Sorry?
It's all good.
What?
Tar.
Tar.
He uses the universal translator.
Sorry,
to hear
Australian.
the
What do you expect?
Tar is like, oh, they help me.
It would be interesting, just walk up to a tart with the universal microphone in their face and it says, "I'm just a pig, they glued a wig to me, hell."
That's true.
My cousin was made into bacon, it's preferable.
Go ahead.
How long did it take Jordy to put the carpets in Enterprise, and he was redoing it by hand by himself?
Jordy was in the corner.
That's why nobody visited the museum.
It's no wonder there's no visitors at the Fleet Museum if he's just doing that. It's like, Dad, don't you think we should open the museum? No, I just need to put in this carpet here.
Well, I think old Jordy is anally retentive, Geordie. Like, he would be so particular about everything. Like, it'd be possible.
Yes, I think that.
There's my sin.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to think that he probably went down to Meridian 3 with a metal detector at one point, looking for little pieces. Oh, here's that shark from Livingston's fish tank. I'll just glue it in here. Oh, here's Livingston.
That's all right.
I'm not. I have a question in mind, not a.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. So, Janeway and Paris' salamander babies.
Oh, yes, let's do this. Let's do it.
Let's talk about little catfish. Yes.
Do you think, how come, like, if you could turn Janeway and Paris back into humans, why did no one try and turn the salamander babies human?
Oh, that's great.
I like to think that it's something that they could have done, but chose not to because they just didn't want to deal with it.
They wouldn't have been able to do that because the way that they turned Janeway and Paris back into humans was using their DNA signatures from before they were turned into
So they can't.
But well, technically,
something
wouldn't
that
they be
started off as a salamander can't be turned
back
into a human because they were never a human in the first place.
But wouldn't they have the genetic DNA of
Both of them?
Both of them?
And then
And they could kind of make little babies.
we get into body horror now. Cronenberg.
So you'd have those Borg babies wandering around like amphibian babies. I
Yeah.
think that would just be
That-
that's a missed opportunity.
That should have been the villain of Discovery.
Oh, we should. We don't have that.
Go
If the
ahead.
holographic doctor can stitch Tuvok and Neelix together and apart whenever the hell he wants to,
Yeah.
no, they could have pulled that off.
And were you guys in the Ethan panel? Anyone who come to the Ethan panel at all? He brought up about, like that, about he auditioned to play Tuvix.
Yeah, did you know
He
that?
actually wanted to play Tuvix version. They said no.
Wow. That's a missed opportunity right there.
Yeah,
Thanks for
Tim Russ wanted to
good,
play
Jason.
it. Okay, I'm thinking Tim Russ wanted to play it. Ethan Phillips wanted to play it. You know, they were probably like pushing each other in the hallway, and Rick Irving from goes, "No. We're getting somebody else to play Tuvix. You messed it up."
It is a big thing about that episode with the salamanders though. As an animal lover, that always bothered me. It's like, what happened to the kids? We just left them there.
So I like to think that
they didn't hold enough to get their own food.
I like to think that they were deposited on that planet. They had no natural predators, and eventually they destroyed the entire ecosystem.
Wow.
Like Janeway built layers
It's not a comedy thing, man.
There came the Planet of the Apes.
No.
Right.
50 years later, Admiral Janeway on board the Protostar comes by, and she goes to that planet, and there's a huge civilization there. It's the Wrath of Khan all over again.
Yeah.
Done it. We've solved it.
We solved it, and we made a great
Star Trek, the Wrath of
Khan.
Fun little fact, one second, fun little fact about it. We actually interviewed Thomas LeBlanc, who won an Emmy for making the two.
Yes, Threshold is an Emmy-winning episode of Star Trek.
It's not bad.
It's ironic and beautiful.
It's
Trials and Tribulations didn't win an Emmy, but Threshold did.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, buddy.
So if they're handing out bodies, like Gray got a body, right? Picard got a body. Why didn't Zora get one?
Okay, did everybody see the finale? Okay. I can't talk about it, but there's something in the finale that really bugged me that I really want to talk about.
Yeah.
I can't, because I don't want to spoil it for
But
anybody.
if you want to know what he's talking about, you can check us out next Friday at 9 p.m. on the Captain Friday
Show the pre-recorded show tonight.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Anyone got any?
So I think they should. Think about it. Control got a body.
Right.
AI got a body. So Zora.
Everybody gets a body.
You get a body. You get a body.
You get a body.
Where are the stakes then? If everybody can get the body, where are the stakes? There are no stakes anymore, right?
No.
Data had like 5 or 6 bodies. Right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Before.
Riker's got a few
after.
laying around somewhere. I mean, it's cloning, transporter accidents.
See, I think
Yeah.
if you're going to replace the body, there has to be, you have to pay a price somehow.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, Gray lost a mole.
yeah.
But maybe gained,
Go for it.
All right, so we're on the subject of bodies and,
Oh,
Data's,
great.
and Data's body.
Okay, good.
Just
Not my body.
What is the intelligent reason that Dr. Sue would have put Lore in there? Like, you get Data, like, you sort of get Lal, squint and you get B4, but why? Why would you put?
It wasn't law first.
Law was first.
Law was first.
Yeah,
yeah.
Laura was-
Yeah, law was first. He just kind of, oh, Brad, an asshole. I better
Yeah.
make a nice version.
Yeah, but you know, hard drives can be formatted for a reason. I don't think you should.
I'm thinking it's kind of like whenever you need, like your game controller's out of batteries or something, and you're going around the house, so you take one out of the remote, and you take one out of the display, you take one out of this, and you put, there's like 4 different types of batteries, and it lasts like 5 minutes, but it still works. I'm thinking that was what's soon. Like, I need this part of the brain, I need this little piece of lore, I need this little piece of knowledge.
I think we've got a question for the audience though. Does anybody think that B4 was valuable in any way?
No.
Can anybody give me a reason
Comic
why
relief,
B4
that's
even
about it.
existed?
I don't even remember who B4 is.
He was the one that they made before.
I was being sarcastic,
Wait,
Joe.
I'm just trying to explain it to you.
I was being sarcastic.
Because you're older now, I want to help you out.
I mean, to be fair,
No, hang on, no, it's like, his name, B4.
B4.
to be fair, there really was an intelligent reason for B4's existence. It was if Dana Spider changed his mind about leaving,
Coming back,
about
yeah.
coming back. Like, that was it.
But Nemesis did so bad, it never happened.
Yeah.
All right. You have a question? Yep.
Oh, I was gonna just go back to Gray for a second.
Sure.
Gray lost a mole,
Yes.
but you know, when you're working on someone who, first of all, was getting over some really bad codependency of not
Yeah,
even having a
big time.
body without a Dira, and you also have this person being trans, you wonder, like, if you're gonna make a body, do you think they endowed him a little?
Oh.
See, I would have just, if I was the doctor, I would have just done it as a solid, not even as just so, you know, when the brain wakes up, it's like, okay, hey, welcome back, and you can thank me later.
Yeah.
Except what?
Except first time they stand up, they just fall over forwards. Okay, I might have to scale back a bit.
Would it be a tripod? Yeah.
Tripod.
Yeah.
What are the rules for Mulan? What are the rules?
What are the rules?
Well, Alamarine, count to 4, Alamarine, and then 3 more. Alamarine, you will see, Alamarine, come with me. It's all right there in the song.
No, but then they have to go to the.
They have to go to the party.
Drink the book.
It's like
Yeah, drink the
Mario
book.
Mario, where it's like a bunch of different mini games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically Mario Party of the 24th
What do
century.
you think, before they died, what do you think the next game would have been if they had it?
Oh, is there another game level?
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
question.
secret level?
Can you imagine it like the
And
breeding?
they died on the 3rd level. So
Right.
Yeah, so it's basically an escape room.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it would just be another escape room. Maybe, I don't know, you're in a shuttle with Tom Paris and it's accelerating to warp 10.
Oh,
You just
no.
know you either got to find your way out or you got to put out.
You know that Imagineer level 4 or 5 was like, I spent months on this. No one even got to
Nobody gets past level 3, chapter 3.
Yeah.
Well, no. Oh. Way in the back. And then.
Do you think that if Picard was never turned back to human for Borg, that he would have gotten romantical with the Borg being? What would that have looked like?
Well, very robotic.
That would be nightmare fuel along with the Borg kids and the salamander babies and,
Yeah.
Well, if you go to the back of the video store, they do
Oh,
have.
wow.
That is ridiculous. There are no video stores anymore. You can get that online.
Yes, mate.
So earlier.
I love your magnet, by the way.
I love his suit.
Yeah, he's a,
Like, let's give a big shout out to the Enterprise axles. They're
Yeah.
great, right? They come from all this shit, but unfair, they're great uniforms.
So earlier there was an Enterprise panel in which there was a brief discussion about Jonathan Archer's dog Porthos. So my question is, what is the life expectancy of pets and animals in general in Star Trek?
Well,
Actually, you're not an expert about it. Yeah.
Well, there was a breakthrough, actually a few months ago, where they have discovered an injection they can give to cats that will stop kidney disease that usually kills cats off by the age of 18. And they said with this injection, cats can now live to be 30 or maybe even 40 years old, which personally I find terrifying.
Yes. I don't want
They've
that.
already got this smug sense of superiority around me. I don't want them to look at me and think, I'm going to outlive you now. I don't want that because I know what they have planned. And I'm too pretty.
We missed a question. So, should we ask this question or should we keep going with the panel?
Well, anyway, long story short, since I'm being interrupted, hold on, you know what, I can do this now that you're interrupting me.
Uh-oh.
Australia and US used to have a pact. We used to support each other. Now, I hope you guys just nuke yourself. Bring on November, buddy.
I'm right there with you.
Okay, no, I'm interrupting.
Pets are scents in the future. There we go. Porthos is a robot. Spot is a robot. They're all.
Oh, so it's like Blade Runner.
Okay. Would you want a dog pooping on your ship?
I mean, couldn't I reuse it in the antimatter? Make a cheeseburger with it?
Wait a minute.
Who's claiming that up?
Aren't they little robots like what was it?
Yeah, that was Mayweather's job.
Right.
He was
Like a
still-
Roomba or
Yeah,
something.
Roomba, yeah, they were.
They can clean shoes like they clean plates in the replicator.
Oh.
But did they have replicators on the Enterprise? I don't remember. The NX-01, I mean. The NX-01.
No, they
They had protein resequencers,
Yeah.
which is a fancy way of saying it turns poop to food.
Yes.
They should have just called them poop to foods.
Didn't Kirk's Enterprise have those too? I think like
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh, they were all eating crap.
So we'll get to that one.
So we gotta ask this question, because this was the greatest question out of all of them.
Yeah.
What happened to the Enterprise E, and was it actually Worf's fault?
War.
Bilbo Swaggins.
Yes.
If it was Swaggins.
Bilbo, are you here? I keep asking, like.
So, do you guys, so what do you think happened?
What do you think?
Okay, number one, it was definitely Worf's fault. Okay, if you put Shax in command of a starship, what's he gonna do?
Eject the warp core.
He's gonna eject the warp core. If you put Worf in command of a starship, what is he gonna do?
Ramming speed.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was ready to fire. He was in command for 2 minutes. He sat in the chair and he just went, ramming speed! Server in space on ramming speed! And of course they went along with it because they thought it was like a test of loyalty.
That's why you're gonna monitor his prune juice intake.
Yeah, and that's
quite emotional.
That's why he's not wearing command red anymore.
Ah.
Oh, is it?
Okay, you want to know my honest answer what I think happened to the Enterprise E? Because I think we saw it.
Yeah, me too.
It was the battle at the end of the first season of Star Trek Prodigy.
Supernova.
Because if you look, as the protostar is flying by those ships, one of those ships has got 1701E on it, and those ships look pretty badly damaged at the end. And I like to think that Worf is sitting there on that ship, cursing those kids in Klingon. You know, who are these children? I will kill them all.
And the name is Alexander?
Who's that?
That's your son?
Wasn't that the name of Data's cat?
Go ahead, buddy.
I will feed you.
I forgot it now at this point.
Ah, that's all right. Any other questions? Oh, yeah, we got lunch, okay. Oh, yeah, the game!
Shout out to this guy's costume. He's a legend, we love it.
So, first question, why?
Junkie.
Like, why does this episode exist? And then, do you think the Qatarians make other efforts to try to take over other starships?
Ooh.
Oh,
I'll give that to you.
Yeah, well, I became more strategized.
Well, I mean, we have to. I think they did because, you know, they would build a set for us the holodeck, and they would leave the set up for several episodes. I like to think that is their plan, like the pool table set, the Sandrines and Voyager.
Yeah.
I like to think that's one of them. What was another set that they left up forever? And it's,
Probably.
oh, the stupid Irish town full of stereotypes.
Oh, very.
Oh,
Fairhaven.
Fairhaven, yes.
I don't know what's more offensive these days, Code of Honor or that episode.
Yeah.
They're both the same, equally racist.
But that's what I think, because watching, I mean, this is me watching the Fairhaven episodes. But they're just skipping along going, this is the best holiday program ever. Yeah, there's definitely some mind control. And I think when Janeway deleted the wife, that broke the spell. I think she was that vital piece of code. Delete the wife. She saved the ship and didn't even know about it. Nobody remembers that, but everybody remembers her amphibian babies.
Or Tuvix.
Or Tuvix, yes.
Tuvix, yes.
Okay. Speaking of Janeway deleting the wife, so here's my question here. Later in Voyager, she defends the Doctor's holographic rights. So therefore, did Janeway commit cold-blooded murder again when she deleted the wife?
Okay, I think that Voyager only showed us some of the times that Janeway committed cold-blooded murder. Because there were several crew members who looked like they were going to be main characters and then they just disappeared. And I like to think Janeway was sitting on the bridge. Chakotay sat down right next to her, just looked at her. He knew that he was scared to say anything, and she looked at him, and she knew that he knew, and that he was too scared to say something to her, and she got off on it.
So she's basically the Eileen version of, Eileen, that serial killer from Monster. Charlie Theron
Yes.
won an Oscar for it. So she's basically the 25th century.
Exactly. Nobody's going to say anything about it.
But she's so nice. I think of it.
Yeah, the only people who say anything about it are like the Cerritos group, and they got canceled. I like to think Janeway had something to do with that.
Do you think Janeway canceled?
I think Janeway canceled it.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, delete the program.
Does the copy keep her murderous intent away, or does
It amplifies it.
For sure, yeah. We had some hands up earlier over here. Go for it.
Can I come up front for my question?
Yeah, come on. Tell you what, I'll give you the mic.
No, I already mic. It's a very simple question, right?
Okay. Yep.
Very simple. There you go. Nothing to be afraid of.
Hey!
How many lights are there?
That's perfect. This is even loaded. Let's restart the whole show again. Brilliant.
I love being shown up in the middle of our own panel.
Yeah. You're an engineer, by the way, they self-employed.
Yeah.
If you all suddenly have to go to the bathroom for 20 minutes, I'll take over.
There you go. He's trying to take over the podcast.
That's funny. He thinks it only takes 20 minutes.
Now, you had a question, right?
Let's just put it this way. The Enterprise would be having a banquet by the time I was done.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I have zillions. I can go on all day, but
That's what we're here.
this was
We still
back.
got about a half hour. So.
We were talking about Worf and Enterprise E, and then everybody's
Yeah.
on the bridge of the D, and they've all ranked up over the years, except Data is now the lowest ranking on the bridge.
Right.
How do you think Data feels about that?
Well, he'll always know that Harry Kim will always be underneath him.
I also think because of his emotion chip, he'd be super petty about it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he would be highly emotional.
He'd walk in the room.
Never let it go.
Hello, Lieutenant Commander.
Well, to be fair,
What was that? I don't know. My emotions are really messed up, Captain. I'm sorry. Going to therapy and everything.
Back on the scale.
Yeah,
you?
Somebody was dead for several. Somebody seems like Captain before that.
By the way, can I just give a shout out to this t-shirt? It says, teach me to tap dance Beverly Crusher. That is awesome. That's the pickup line.
My wife
It's objective.
Awesome. Well, we'll take back the pickup line thing.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Speaking of which, how many kids do you think Kirk has, and how much is Kirk?
That's great.
How much is start paying child support?
Oh,
Yeah.
I would, let's see, they had 5-year mission, right? So do the math. 5-year mission, every other episode he was, hurting somebody.
But we only saw technically speaking, we only saw 3 technical kids. There was the native episode one, I think.
Yeah.
The one who died in Star Trek 3.
David.
Spoilers.
David. And crap, I know there was another one.
Now, all I'm thinking is Laurie going, you are the father. 34 times. Yeah, a lot of
He
times.
definitely has more than that. He was screwing every single one.
Yeah,
Definitely, there's a bunch of little Earthquakes running around. I think there's a few Horta that probably has his DNA in it. I think half of the cast of Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, all of them are like related to Captain Kirk.
Especially the aliens.
Captain Kirk is the 24th century version of Genghis Khan, because Genghis Khan had so many children that there is like a 15% chance that you are related to him.
Wow.
So that's Kirk. That is the reason why he was in the...
Wait, so Kirk's a progenitor?
Exactly. Anyway, that's why I think they have Kirk's body locked up at Section 31, because they just don't want him to get out.
His dead body.
Every now and again, some security officer walks by that coffin, and you just hear...
Open the coffin. I need to get out.
Don't worry, it won't take but 20 minutes. Go ahead.
It's been far too long.
I was just going to say that if you go by that theory, then you wonder why Riker blows up every ship he leaves.
Oh.
Yeah, Riker's got game, right?
Yeah.
Fire. Because I don't want to pay for everything.
I always thought though Riker was a bit more irresponsible. Riker has every venereal disease in the Alpha Quadrant.
Oh, that's why.
So he spends half his time letting everyone know. you imagine those phone calls? Hey, you remember when I was over there a couple of weeks ago? You may want to go to a doctor.
This is Marjorie's sister, Will. Marjorie vaporized instantly just 5 minutes ago. What did you give her? I don't know. Beverly called it Riker 3.
Well, that's the true reason why he climbs over the chair, not his back. He lifts himself over the chair.
Yes, like just a friend of that. Ow! Oh! Yeah. That's why they call the Enterprise D.
Can you work with my crotch in your face?
Yeah, you had your hand, yeah.
So, okay, Dominion War.
Okay.
The changelings are allied with the Breen.
Yep.
Changelings are liquid people.
Yep.
We recently found out that the Breen are also liquid people.
I know, this is the one I like it.
Which makes sense, because
Yeah.
the changelings kind of favored them.
You're wanting to know if there's little Lincoln going on.
So, yes, so that's my question. Are there some Greenlings floating somewhere?
Maybe that's what Locke was. We can ask, if you go on Elias Tuvex's.
Yeah, we could ask him.
Ask him,
He goes, I don't care, I got paid. It was good money. But they're totally flubber, right?
Yeah.
We figured out the Breen are flubber.
So, but they're in an oil, right? And then the founders are more like a.
They're more like Jell-O, yeah.
Yeah, Jell-O,
Yeah.
so. Do they mix?
Maybe it would be like a Jell-O mold, you know, with the Jell-O on the bottom and the whipped cream on
It's
top.
like salad dressing. You gotta shake it every time.
But see, I think the founders have the best birth control in the world, and that's their personality.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
I like to think that, you know, Breen walks up to him and says, "Hey, baby, how's it going?" "Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about how I'm going to destroy your race after this war's over." Get you later.
I do think the changelings probably couldn't create sperm because they can't create blood either.
Right. Right. Only the future changelings.
Yeah, future changelings.
Yeah, because they were experimenting.
But remember, old Cisco's dad.
Yeah. Hey, you could just fake.
Yeah, you could just suck the blood out of somebody. Well,
yeah, you do that.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah. Move on from that. Yeah.
Okay, speaking of hybrids,
Okay.
let's talk here. Okay. Why is, because they've discussed the process before, like how long it took to perfect the Vulcan human genetics thing. So my question is, why the hell could Gul Dukat just randomly make Bajoran Cardassian babies? Like, was that just like
He was there a long time.
He's extremely virile.
And not one statue, one facial.
But what did he say? I mean, like,
Then a miracle.
then at one point he goes, I should have let them all die.
Yeah.
I should have killed them all.
Yeah.
Very dramatic.
Yeah. Mark Hamill, man, wasn't he amazing?
He was
One of
so
the
great.
best villains in Star Trek.
Yeah. Also, was some Total Recall.
In Star Trek 4, what did the whales say to the probe so that way we don't
We're back now. All good, thanks.
You will not believe what we've just been through.
I was in a ship.
Dude dove into our tank and was like he put his hand on my face, and then we were in this big metal tube, and then we were here, and this water tastes funny.
Hey, but it worked. Have you not seen the actual article that came out recently saying that the whales, the numbers are up? So it worked.
I will also, and Kirk is responsible also for another propagation of another species.
Go for it.
Well, speaking of things Kirk couldn't make work in Star Trek 4, what's Jillian Taylor up to these days? She like...
Now, did he not make it work, or did he?
I
I'd
have
like
to
to think
go.
that like she called him a couple of times and he just like left her on red.
No, she dumped him.
You think she dumped
She
him?
dumped him.
Listen,
Oh, that's right. I forgot how that means. That's so sad because it's my favorite Star Trek.
And she was right, because it's like, I'm in the future, like, I don't need you anymore, dude. You get very punchy there, Kurt.
Are you looking at these hot guys over there? You're kind of dumpy. I'm sorry.
Oh. This
I'm
one
not
actually-
from Shiny, okay? I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Now, do we think?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Go for it.
All the disco Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
Alright, one of the things that's bothered me in my headcanon is Rascals, The Next Generation, and Movie Generations, and Scotty, and how some of the lines he said, how can he be off, you know, in a transporter buffer for however long, and then meet Picard and say, oh, I bet Jim Kirk's up there waiting for me.
Actually, that's been answered, actually.
Yeah,
That,
then I guess it's a good silly Star Trek question.
Yeah. Another silly one.
I just like to think he was drunk.
Yeah.
I like to think he just stays drunk all the time. He got really tooted. He had to get that liquid courage to get into the transporter. Got in there, stayed drunk for 78 years, popped out drunk. Jim Carrey.
Wait for him, then. Hey, Nathan McGowan.
Sorry, that's Irish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. I just think it's offensive as fair hated.
Oh no, you're gonna get us canceled.
I probably will. Yes.
All right. Any other stupid Star Trek questions?
Canceled in Star Trek?
Yeah.
That's rude. The whole thing.
Ask two dicks.
Oh.
Too soon.
That's great. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why Starfleet doesn't seem to send lawyers to defend its own officers? Like when Dax goes through an extradition hearing, Sisko has to represent her. When Worf goes through an extradition hearing, Sisko also has to.
You are my Kadich.
Has to represent him, and even Data, when he was on trial in Measure of a Man, Picard had to represent him.
And that took place at a JAG office.
Yeah, well.
I have an answer for that.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
It's actually a legal strategy. If they win, great. If they lose, then they can claim the benefit council.
Hey, that was a boy. Are you a lawyer? Let's get this going. Yeah, he's not used to legal
I could
representation.
totally see that though, because if Picard had lost that court case with Data from Measure of a Man, which is a fantastic episode by the way.
One of the best.
You know, if they would have said, yes, Data's property of Starfleet, he goes, well, I would have done that. I was extremely drunk and I did 3 balls of cocaine before.
And if you're O'Brien, you're screwed.
Yeah.
O'Brien must suffer.
Oh, you're next.
Okay, so using Strange New World as context, if Pike knew about his accident, why the hell does he just have a beat boot chair? Like why did he hook that thing up?
Like Stephen Hawking's chair spoke. Like
It's a cool chair.
yeah, it's pretty cool. But
Maybe
maybe he didn't
boot chair.
maybe he didn't want to talk to anybody. He's like, oh, I'm all messed up, my man. I just no.
To me, they had a huge missed opportunities in the lower decks crossover. Because at one point, Boimler says something about, you know, I don't want to say anything, Captain. Maybe you should spend more time with your crew. I just wanted Pike to go, oh, I already know what's going to happen. You do? And Pike just looks at him and goes, beat boot.
Yeah, that was great. Drop that song. Yeah. Go for it.
So, there was an episode in Next Gen Season 3 called The Survivor.
Okay.
Yes.
Where we meet
The people who escaped Janeway, yes.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to do.
But the two colonists, or one of the colonists turns out to be
The Jamesons.
an alien race called the Dow, named Kevin. He says that with a thought, he wiped out an entire alien race who had attacked
The
the
Who's Not.
colony. The Who's Not.
Love that
Yeah.
episode.
So, let's have this hypothetical matchup here between a Down and a Q.
Ooh. Round 1. Fight.
Yeah.
Celebrity deathmatch.
I want to see the press conference before that one.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
It'd be like UFC style.
Yeah. Just a thought and wipe out an entire planet, and Q can probably
Bring it straight back, right?
Yeah.
If you got a lot, pour it back, kill them again, pour it back.
There you go. Oh, that would be a continual battle between doing right and doing terrible.
And you know, Q
All
would
at
do the
once.
right thing, but he'd do it like out of pure spite, which is a Q thing to do. It's like, oh, you missed your wife? Congratulations, you're human.
Oh. Oh, there you go.
I left a little surprise in your pancreas.
That's
dark.
Yes.
What kind of kung fu did Guinan know to take out Q?
Oh, yeah. Wait, ready?
Yeah.
There you go.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Well, Guinan did we found out that she had some powers in Picard's.
Well, we don't really ever see them, do
But
we?
she did the and then the whole.
I think she's just got
You know,
Q
Guy
snow,
Fonda.
to be honest. I don't think she has any powers, but I think Q thinks she does.
Like, I don't know.
Well, what if Q just feels sorry for it? Goes, she really thinks she's powerful, so I'll just play along. Oh, yeah.
I was messing with her one time, and I put her on a talk show in the 21st century called The View. She hated it.
Picked off though.
So Picard is a dog named number 1?
Yep.
Was that always his name, or did he get promoted each year?
Oh, you're in the, oh, I've got my number 1 over here.
You can't really call it number 2 though, can you?
No,
You can. I'm pretty sure Loris at least came in once and said, "Oh, number 1 with number 2 on the carpet. That's your problem. It's your dog."
Yeah. This shit. Sorry, that's a bad joke. Oh my God.
Is Laura still waiting at the bar?
Oh no. Talked about being screwed over as a character. It's like, we spent 2 seasons with you and bye.
Yeah.
I have a joke I want to make, but I don't want to spoil the last episode of Discovery.
We're gonna do that.
But yeah, I like to think she's sitting at that bar drinking 5 more fucking minutes.
Yeah. F that guy.
Yeah.
You and then you.
How does Picard? Oh, good.
Sorry.
How does Picard justify his expansive property in a society that abandoned the use of money?
It's very capitalistic,
Mostly
doesn't
in
it?
space.
Well,
This was in my family. For
Yeah.
generations, if you take it away from me.
I said earlier, elitist assholes, a whole generations and generations.
Yeah.
And it's French.
Yeah, it's just not good. You know what it is? They didn't want it to go and ruin. Like, if you go on the abandoned websites, you see all these abandoned chateaus. They're like, you know what, Picard? Go ahead and keep it. It's fine. Nobody else wants it.
Do I have to keep the room that my mother checked out in?
Yeah, especially that room.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you think being British is genetic or a family curse? Because he's technically French, but all his offspring naturally
His sons had a British
pick up.
accent.
Yeah.
Well, in the second season of Star Trek Picard, we learn that Picard actually grew up in England and then moved back to his chateau later in life, and he brought the accent with him. Yeah, I like to call it the Jack Crusher excuse.
The Jack Crusher.
But all his offspring have actually picked up a British accent.
Well, didn't Beverly dump him off in London?
Yeah, she does.
Actually, that brings up a point. How bad are parents? Oh, at the Enterprise D fleet, the worst parents ever, right?
Data was a good dad.
Yeah, David. Well,
Not that good. Couldn't keep it around long, but
He tried.
He tried, not very well.
He saved her to his memory. Now she's like literally a part of him.
So wait, does
That was always weird too.
Yeah, that was really weird.
What about Bert that from Discovery?
Once it gets on.
Like Wish Data. From this
Timu Data.
Timu Data.
Remember Timu Data?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Data from Wish, right?
Because then he would have essentially all of the experiences and knowledge and data and everybody else before him.
You would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to think it's like I think it's like fashion. Every now and again, a fashion is like every now and then a bottle of Android comes back. So it's like this is the Data Android. Boom.
Oh, like a razor.
Yeah,
About that.
yeah.
Oh,
Something like that.
so it doesn't work in the middle.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Because you see them on all ball, right? So they're pretty well just basic level ones.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. So it's kind of like
Nobody even asked that question. What are we doing?
Well, but on the point of Timu Data in Discovery,
Yeah.
why does Ariam have to look like Timu Data?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it just didn't have a lot of options, just like a really cheap video game that didn't have that many selections.
Somehow or another, even though there's no money in the future, insurance still exists and they wouldn't cover it.
You have to buy the extended package, and it was just too many bars of gold press platinum to get him.
Sorry, you're gonna look like RC from Transformers from now on.
Oh.
Wait, RC from Transformers? That's awesome!
And cross with R2 from
Yeah.
Yeah, in the back, and then.
Yeah. In season 2 of Picard, we learned that Rios is killed in a bar fight.
Yes.
What was the bar fight over?
Ooh.
The tab. It was
The
medicine.
tab.
It's gonna be money, then the tab.
It was medicine.
Medicine.
It was medicine because he was
Medicine.
Yeah, medicine.
Medicine, right?
That's what
Okay,
Guinan said.
maybe.
Guinan said it was over medicine. You want to know my theory?
What's that?
I think Guinan stabbed him.
Oh.
There's a running theme here today.
Yeah, I just wanted to see, whenever she says yes, he died in a bar fight.
You're going to run in theme here, Jason. You mentioned both Captain Janeway and now
Kind
as basic killers.
I don't think they do do it on purpce. I think it's just like an impulsive thing.
Oh, hey,
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's what you do when you have a patriarchal.
I'm sorry, I thought you were a cube.
Go ahead.
Does Picard choose to be bald, or is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have they never ever?
Yes, he does.
Did they
Even
ever?
when he had his hair on when he was young. Right.
Yeah, it's never worked. Never worked.
Did anybody? It's a question for everybody. Did you guys ever see before they actually went to season 1? They wanted to put a hairpiece on. Did you guys ever see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
All right, follow up
And that's
question.
why he's bald.
Did he not look like Aaron Eckhart? Now that's never gonna leave your mind. Yeah, go and look up that photo of him.
Well, I know they used that image on novels when they drew him on some of the novel artwork. It was that kind
Yeah,
of.
he looks a lot like Aaron.
Okay.
We had a
You gotta think
question
Aaron
right
out.
here.
He's cool.
Yes.
He's Two-Face.
My question is, are there any other characters you think are secretly serial murderers?
All of them. Okay, one. Well, there's Worf, but that's not a secret.
Yeah, he
That's
beheaded
one thing.
Frankie.
That is one thing that always bugged me was that everybody was like, Janeway's a murderer, Janeway's a murderer, Janeway's a murderer. Worf slaughtered somebody like every other week.
Yeah.
He like
That's-
straight up assassinates somebody right in front of Riker.
Well,
and he
remember-
never faces consequences.
When season 3 introduced himself as Slayer of Gowron.
Yes, Slayer of Gowron.
Yeah, he
Which is
killed
pretty
a lot.
tight.
He killed a
Slayer
lot.
of Gowron.
Bane to the
Son of the
Duras.
Roshinko, Bane to the Duras families. Son of Alexander? Who? I also think that O'Brien has several victims in the transport book.
Oh, yeah. What was that meme that I just put up? Oh,
That guy makes this a trauma.
you got 2 wolves in you. Sorry about that transporter accident.
Sorry, that guy.
So, how quickly do you think the Enterprise G would have taken down the Death Star?
Ooh, a Star Trek.
It'd be
Instantaneously.
maneuverable, right? So it could get in there.
Instantaneously.
Yeah.
Because this is how it would have gone down. All right, I've thought about this because I have that kind of time and the power goes out of my house all the time. DG, or basically any Enterprise, would fly towards the Death Star. The Death Star would start shooting at them, and the person at the weapons console would start laughing. It's lasers! Oh, lasers, how quaint. Lock photon torpedoes and blow them up. And that would be the end of it.
Because Star Wars ships don't have shields, right?
Yeah, they have shields
Yeah,
with
yeah,
lasers,
but
but
no way to-
if they're
They're not very
shooting,
good.
if they are shooting lasers, their shields have got to be crap.
I mean, the turrets are destroyable, right? The turrets, the gunners, yeah.
And if anything, even if somehow the Enterprise could not fire through their shields, let's transport a quantum torpedo onto their bridge.
And the other thing is,
Darth Vader would be sitting there, no, destroy them. He'd hear the transporter whine behind him. What is that?
boom, is the Death Star threat if those cannons are being manned by stormtroopers? Like, that can't hit shit.
Yeah.
So you could just dodge it.
You and then you. Go ahead.
You mentioned transporters. So whenever they use a transporter, there's like multiple little things that they use, but they all do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Why isn't it just one ball?
I don't know, but I used to work in a radio station that had the sliders, and every time I turned the volume up, I just go, energize.
I wonder what would happen if you only slid 2 of the bars, what comes out.
So
I think it's like the level of pain they feel, because when they're taking apart, it's gotta hurt. So it's like, okay, here you go, Harry, you go this, okay, hi Tom, yeah, you were hitting on my girl. Yeah, that'll take about 3 or 4 minutes, enjoy.
I think it's different parts of the body. You know, each one is like, oh, you know what? We haven't quite figured out how to do the whole thing, so we got like this for the arms, this for the legs, the bits, the body, the torso. The bits.
But they move it all at the same time.
Yeah,
Why
so they
not?
go everything at once.
But why
You don't want
not
to just,
one uniform?
just the bits. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do that.
And you know, James Doohan was missing a finger, so I think every now and again he lets
Oh, sorry, Captain, your foot behind you. Go ahead.
All right, I was going to ask, but you brought it up.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Is it about bits? Okay.
So if the Death Star is a big mood-sized ball with a big gun on this side,
Yeah.
why does nobody ever attack it from the other side, where the gun's not? Why do we always attack it where the gun is?
That's the greatest question I think I've ever heard. It's like that same question is, when you think about when they fly from Earth into space, why do they always go straight out? Why do they ever go down? Like, what's down from Earth? We don't know. We just go that way.
Well,
if you consider the
Space is a fold.
spiral shape of the galaxy.
Yeah.
It is much flatter than it is.
Yeah.
You're running my question with actual science.
You don't do science?
Yeah, right.
Sure. No.
It launches in the middle, 16,000 light years thick, but otherwise it's just 3,000 light years wide, so that's what I think the galactic barrier is. That comes from the Monty Python song, by the way.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute.
Yes.
Oh, it's right. You're a math teacher.
We're gonna tie it up, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna tie it up. This is a lot of fun. Oh, we got one more.
Yes.
We have two more. So you
Two more and then we're done.
The next gen species, the Temerians, how do they communicate basic needs like hunger, sleep, illness?
Oh, come on, make some stuff up.
They write it down on the chalkboard.
Kirk at the buffet. Chakotay when the crew needs a buffet.
Bad diarrhea.
Oh, man. All right.
That's taco bell, right?
Yeah.
That's the most American food I've noticed.
Harry Kim, his buttocks open.
Oh.
You started this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Final question.
Final question.
Let's end it with class.
In lower decks, we learned that the best way to resolve conflict is a Mark Twain off of somebody.
I do declare.
Why do we do that with the brain in Discovery and try to like?
Oh, wow.
Okay, I want to see David Ajala dressed up as Mark Twain, walking in. I do declare. The Green Jello people seem to be having a bit of a squabble over here. I can't do Mark Twain, but nobody else can either.
No. Well, I'll tell you what, I sound like Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
Well, that is going to wrap it up. Thank you so much. Check us out every Friday, 9 p.m. live on YouTube. And then the following week is the regular show. But if you want to come hang out, be sure to do so. And we're going to put you in our socials. So just go to Captain's Quadrant and tag yourself. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, why is it gonna work? I never thought about that.
In the Last Jedi, how does Finn make his own against the Death Star?